Hello, Abnormal Investigations family. I have another encounter from another state, and today we are going to talk about Colorado. Colorado has a few different kind of creatures, I guess you would say, or cryptids, if that's the word you would rather use. This one, we're looking at a few of the most common reports in Colorado, so I hope you enjoy these. The story starts the way many stories about Bigfoot or other cryptids begins. Rocks thrown at campers from some unknown location. But then it gets weird. He describes a feeling of almost depression in an eerie silence of their isolated campsite, where everything felt too silent and still to be actually real. While certainly strange, such sensations are not necessarily signs of anything bad. They can also occur during meditation exercise, yoga, prayer, or other times that they come with a sensation of peace. Especially in our crowded, plugged in modern era, being confronted with the profound silence and stillness of the wilderness can be quite jarring. Then they hiked to a waterfall. There, they experienced the strangest phenomenon yet. After feeling as if they were being watched, they suddenly noticed the shadow of a humanoid creature lurking behind the waterfall. As they stood there, they said the water itself took on form like a Gumby, and it reached for them. At this point, the man and his camping companions, two of whom were native familiar with the area, decided that it was time to get out of there. When he asked his companions if they should call the police, they did not think it would do much good. What is unknown wants to stay unknown. I've actually read other stories of things hiding behind waterfalls doing the same thing, so that's pretty interesting. Colorado is renowned for its breathtaking landscapes, towering mountains, and outdoor adventures, but it also harbors tales of mysterious creatures that have wandered through the state for centuries. These cryptids, often spotted in the remote regions of the Rockies, have intrigued and terrified locals and visitors alike. Here are the top three cryptids that call Colorado their home. The Slide Rock Bolter, the terrifying mountain whale. The Slide Rock Bolter is a unique cryptid said to live in the high mountains of Colorado. The creature resembles a gigantic whale with hooked claws that allow it to latch onto the steep slopes of mountains. When unsuspecting prey, such as hikers or animals, come close to the slide rock, Bolter releases itself, sliding down the mountain at a high speed and devouring its target. This bizarre creature is thought to be a mythical representation of the dangers of avalanches and landslides in Colorado's rugged terrain. But there have been reported sightings that do keep this legend still alive to this day. The river Dino, Colorado's mysterious water beast. While Colorado was known for its mountainous landscapes, it is also home to the legend of the river Dino, a creature said to live in the rivers of the Rocky Mountains. Described as a large dinosaur-like reptile, the river Dino is said to have a long neck and spines along its back, resembling a prehistoric creature. Sightings of the river Dino have been reported for decades, particularly near the Arkansas River, with witnesses claiming to see the creature's head or back breaking through the water surface. Whether it's a relic of the past or a trick of the eye, the river Dino remains one of Colorado's most puzzling cryptids and reported cryptids. It almost reminds me of the Loch Ness Monster in a sense, because I mean, if there's a Loch Ness Monster there, what's to say that there couldn't be something like that here? Pretty interesting. But this one here, guys, it really gives me the chills. The Tommy Knockers. The mischievous mind spirits. The Tommy Knockers are not typical cryptids, but rather supernatural beings that miners in Colorado have believed in for centuries. According to legend, Tommy Knockers are small, goblin like creatures that live in the dark, deep mines of the state. They are known for their mischievous behaviors, such as knocking on the walls of the mine, stealing tools, and playing pranks on the miners. While some believe the Tommyknockers are there to warn miners of independent dangers, others view them as malicious entities that cause accidents and cave-ins. Whether protectors or tricksters, these spirits are firmly entrenched in Colorado's mining folklore. Now, mining is an ancient profession, and along with the back-breaking work and the dangers of working in the dark, underground comes a century-old superstitions. The most notable is the Tommyknockers in Colorado. These impish gnome-like men are the Cornish equivalent to Irish leprechauns and English brownies. Germans called them Burgeisters or Bergenolin, meaning mountain ghosts or little miners. The Cornish believed these wee little men were the souls of the Jews who were crucified Christ and were sent by the Romans to work as slaves in the tin mines. This belief was so strong that the Tommyknockers were allegedly never heard of until the time of the Jewish festivals. They are about 2 feet tall and often described as greenish in color. They look like men and are most often spied wearing a traditional miner's outfit. Living beneath the ground, they have been known to have committed both good and bad deeds, though, for centuries, often playing practical jokes and committing random acts of mischief, such as stealing unattended tools and food. The Tommyknockers were first heard of in the United States when Cornish miners worked in the western Pennsylvania coal mines in the 1820s. When the California gold rush began, these experienced Cornish miners were welcomed and often sought after by the mine owners. Attempting to recruit more miners, managers often approached the immigrants asking if they had relatives back in England who might like to come and work in the mines. The Cornish miners would reply something like this: "Well, me cousin Jack over in Cornwall wouldn't come. Could you pay his boat ride?" Soon, these many immigrant miners took on the nickname Cousin Jacks, who formed the core of American early Western mining workforce. As their superstition of the Tommyknockers thrived and spread throughout the mines of the West. The name knockers, pronounced knackers, comes from the knocking of the mine walls, and it often happens just before cave-ins. Caused by the cracking of the earth and the timber, some thought that these sounds of hammering were malevolent, indicating certain death or injury. Others saw their knocking as well-meaning warnings that miners that are in the cave should leave, that collapse was imminent. Yet others believed that the knocking sounds would lead to them, rich ore, body, or signs of good luck. When these jizzled little gnomes were good, they were thought to bring miners favors of wealth, but when they were bad, they were said to bring about misery, injury, and death to those who doubted their powers or did not believe in them. These highly animated characters were also known to perform many of the mining duties, working alongside the men, being blamed for many of the pranks and is credited with saving lives of many miners. If a hammer was missing, it was the Tommyknockers who took it, but the miner escaped the collapse. The Tommyknockers were given a gift. Later, the legend of Tommyknockers evolved into the idea that the knockers were caused by the dead miners who were kind enough to give warnings of danger to the living. In praise of these kind gestures, the miners would leave food at the other items and secure their good graces with protection. In some mines, where the Tommyknockers' presence was known to be overwhelmingly malevolent, the mines were actually forced to close because of the men's fear of the spirits. When the mines played out, the legend continued as many said that the Tommyknockers found work in the homes and the food and the other items to secure their good graces and protection. In some mines where Tommyknockers' presence was known to be overwhelming, disaster would happen, closing the mines forever. But also, people in the 1820s would not allow people to have gnomes in their yards as people do today. Gnomes are seen as malevolent demon creatures that have mystical, magical powers. They are always willing to trade a favor for a favor, but always demanding more than they give. Beware of what you put in your yard and beware what you give attention to. There you go, guys. How many of y'all knew that that's where the gnome thing came from? Was actually from these evil Tommyknockers, little magical demons. I don't think I want any of them things around me. I think that would be something as a Christian I wouldn't want to be seen with. What do you all think? Are they evil little dudes? I don't think I would want any around me. I think it's like almost having an altar, or it's like putting a demon in your yard or something of that nature. I don't think I would want that there. But I hope you enjoyed stopping by Colorado and visiting some of their cryptids in the area. And of course, they have Bigfoot stories all over the place as well as everywhere. I don't think there's anywhere that doesn't really have a Bigfoot story. But I hope you're enjoying these, and if you are, we'll continue to do them. Thank you for listening, guys. Until next time, keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner. And we'll see you on the next one. Good night. God bless.